Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is one of my favorite games of all time, Final Fantasy X. In fact, I would say along with Shadow of the Colossus, it is my favorite game of all time. It has grown on me more and more, and I love it more and more each playthrough that I do of it. And I'm so excited to show off just the first section of this game to you guys. We are waiting for Origami King to come out, and I thought this is the perfect time to show off one of these games that I love dearly. If you guys have played it, let me know. If you haven't played it and would want to play it, let me know. Or if it's something that's not for you as well, let me know as well. I want to hear what you think about it because it is a game that I hold near and dear to my heart. Let's press new game and let's get into it. We open on possibly one of the most iconic intros of all time. This game is one of the most gorgeous games ever made. And when they announced the HD remaster of this game, like, my first thought wasn't, oh, they're gonna ruin this game. It was like, I cannot wait to see all the beautiful parts of this game again, but this time in HD. So I bought this game on the Vita, and then I bought it again on the PlayStation 3. Then I bought it again on the PlayStation 4. And if they release a PS5 version, I'm there. I am there. Oh, there's Yuna. I want to make it clear that the section I'm showing off in this game is not enough time to show off what is so beautiful about this game. This amazing story, this breathtaking world, and some of the best combat encounters you're ever going to see in a game. And it's not enough time. It's really not enough time. It's also like a game that holds up so well. Like Final Fantasy X, like, you could play it any day and it feels like a game that came out yesterday. It is officially the last time that Final Fantasy had, in its mainline games, turn-based combat. And it's the last time that I really, truly... Like, here's the thing, I love Final Fantasy VII's combat, I love Final Fantasy XV's combat, I really kind of like Final Fantasy XIII's combat, and Final Fantasy XII's combat is, like, good, but, like, this is what I'm into. The turn-based combat. It is what I love so much about these games.
Listen to my story.
Listen to my story. Sorry.
This may be our last chance.
It may be our last chance. That is James Arnold Taylor. Does such a fantastic job as playing Tidus. He got a lot of bad hand dealt to him because of like like people who haven't played Final Fantasy X joke about his voice acting, because they take everything that he says and everything that Tidus says out of context completely, and then just make it out like he's a bad voice actor. He does some of his best work in this game, like so freaking good. And this game has vibes. This game is vibes. This game understands vibes. I will say as well, guys, like, when you go through recording and editing, the visuals are going to be kind of downgraded, especially when YouTube decides to compress everything. If you do want to get this game, it's pretty cheap. You can probably buy this game for pretty cheap now. I think on sale, it goes on sale for like 20 euro or less than 20 euro. Like, you can really see how beautiful this game is by yourself as well. And I fully recommend it. I fully recommend this game by saying it is one of the greatest games of all time. And probably my favorite game along with Shadow of the Colossus. Here we go, Tidus' adoring fans.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
It's such an interesting way to start the game as well. So we have his name is Tidus. We're gonna confirm his name is Tidus.
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
Like, games I feel like sometimes, especially in the JRPG genre, might like one of my favorite genres. Like to start games, either you're like a nobody little kid from a town or a teenager, or you're like a king who's like been kicked out of his kingdom, right? And this is like, you're a fucking celebrity, dude. Like,
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it.
I acknowledge that Tidus's face looks strange, right? Like, it looks strange compared to the original
gotta
game.
Go. Cheer for me.
2, 3.
Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
That line is so ominous.
Promise.
Oh fuck! It's so pretty. It needs to stop. There's Jecht, the bastard. This is called Tidus's theme, I think it is.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jecht's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
I just wanted to leave that playing for a little bit. It's this game is like so nostalgic for me, and I'm so glad that they remastered this game because I can just pick it up and play it at any time in the most convenient way possible, which is all I can ever ask for.
Make way.
Jesus is doing his run.
Coming through, sorry. Hey, I'm gonna be late.
This is also the game that made me realize video games, like, are the greatest form of entertainment on earth. When I played this game when I was younger, I was shocked that something like this could exist. Like, and here, like, I played PS1 platformers mostly up until this point. And then I played this and I was like, oh, like, video games, oh, look at Tidus. Look at this boy. Oh! Jecht's theme. This is one of the most interesting and crazy games that any type of Civilization can play. Here we go. Like, and I'll stand by this. This is one of the greatest intros to a game ever. Look at this. This mysterious man walking on top of a freaking building with a freaking bottle in his hands. It's not right, guys. Games aren't supposed to be this good. No, they are. They totally are. Look at this. Toasting to the big bubble of water. I fucking love this game. Tidus, you better do a nice pose now. Do it, buddy. Look at this. this whole episode's gonna be. Hey, look! Here it is. Look at his pose. Yeah, Tidus, get him. Get him. It's not right. It's not right how good this is. This was 2001. This was 2001. Can you imagine my head exploding when I played this game? Imagine this. This is basically almost 20 years ago. And I'll argue to the death that this is still one of the most influential games of all time. Like in CG cutscenes, like were a thing, and cutscenes were a thing for sure. But I'm just talking about in the grand scale of things of this entire game. Like it's so impressive. If Dragon Quest VIII is the mama of modern JRPGs, turn-based JRPGs, then Final Fantasy X is the dada. That's the cheesiest thing I've ever said, but it's true.
Orin! What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about?
I replay this game as much as I can every year. Usually it's like, usually it gets up to around two to three playthroughs, depending on like, what, like, you know, depending.
It begins.
Don't cry.
What?
Don't cry.
I love this game. We can do this. We can do this, Titus. Come on, man. One pant leg short than the other. Acting like you're LL Cool J.
Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look.
Like, and while I'm not a big fan of the way they did Tidus' face, like always, what's cool about it is that, like, they made it, like, as expressive as possible, and I'm really happy about that.
We called it sin.
Auron looks freaking fantastic, though.
Sin?
And, like, Tidus isn't a perfect character, and it's one of my favorite things about, like games like this. I feel like too often, like, people try to, like, make their video game characters like these morally justified characters constantly through their games. And to me, it just makes them less interesting. In some cases it's okay, of course. Like, actually in a lot of cases. Flame Tongue. Or it looks like Flame Tongue. I don't think it actually is Flame Tongue, but it has the same shape. Look at this. Oh!
A gift from Jack.
My old man?
And while Tidus is, like, morally right, I think, in most situations, he's also, like, a very selfish character.
I hope you know how to use it.
He's also very childish. But growing up without with a shitty dad might do that to you.
We cut through.
Attack. Attack. Attack.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
If they're gonna get a go first. And this scene that you see in the background of this turn-based battle, like, it only gets better. Like, the way that they do this in this game, the way that they do the backdrops for the battle scenes. And they use this song that we're hearing right now a lot but like to me it's kind of like an anime. You know when an anime uses the same song over and over again? Like it creates more tension because it's like a heightened emotion. You know what that song means by the end of the game. Enough out of you.
Get out of my town!
Some can't wait to die.
Good line, Orin. I think Orin wins. Yeah, overdrives. Overdrives are pretty cool. So Bushido, Dragon Fang, and we can use it on all these things. Okay, let's try and get this right. I haven't done this in so long. We did it. Okay, we did it. It was a while though. I was very worried. I was very worried about doing this properly. So I guess we're gonna keep attacking this. Tidus's overdrives are not nearly as fun as Orin's overdrives. Orin's overdrives are like the most fun thing in the game, but we're gonna try swordplay anyway. Like, there we go. We got a first try, which great, but still, it's not nearly as fun as Orin just like freaking Bushido blading things. So we're gonna use a potion. There's like you can die here, but there's just no need, right? Like let's not die here. I also appreciate how like they simply tell you how to play the game. Like there's not like it's like there is like a tutorial, but like it comes up and goes right away and just like you do it now, and you'll understand how to do it. I just wish more games would do that, to be honest. Okay, I think it's okay to use a potion now. We'll use it on Tidus. We have a Phoenix down if we need it, but like we shouldn't need it. If we need a Phoenix down, we need to like... I'll actually like... Oh no, I used it on the wrong person. Shit. Okay, whatever. Full health. Well... It's okay. Let's use a potion on Orin though. If you haven't done that in a JRPG, by the way, you use a potion on the wrong person, I'm gonna say you had never played a JRPG before. There we go. Jeez, like, I truly do believe in us. It's almost like, in a way, like this perfect tutorial, because like kind of teaches you most of what you can learn about a game, like in the first like hour.
At, old man? Orin, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
And they also get across so much about their characters in like the first hour as well. Like you almost understand completely Tidus, and you almost completely understand Orin as well. Obviously, there's more like density to their characters, of course. Like, but like, you know, in terms of like getting the things that you kind of need at the start of a playthrough. The characters' motivations, the wants and the needs. And more than anything, I think like you also get like... We're supposed to attack that machine over there, but let's use a potion on ourselves. You get kind of like an idea of their fighting styles as well. You starting to flicker on me? Think it's okay to flicker?
This could be bad. That. Knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Like, this is the thing, and Tidus is like such a refreshing character because he's not cool. He's not super cool, you know? He's not like this like badass talks like this all the time. Like, he's a really like cheesy little kid or young adult, whichever way you want to phrase it. Let's knock this down as quick as possible here. It's almost down. Auron, or I believe Auron can survive these attacks. He is like such a tank, and he'll be such a great tank throughout the entire game. There we go. Blowing up, like, right in front of Jecht, pushing him towards his freaking dad. "2001."
Go.
And I think at the time playing as Tidus was so fantastic because it's a you know, a character who's not perfect, who's not cool. He's not a cool character. He's cool in terms of his character, like who he is, but like in terms of being like the literal sense cool, not literal sense, the figurative sense cool. Oh, I fucking love this game, guys.
You are sure?
Are you sure?
This is it. This is your story. It all begins here. Hey. Hey!
My old man?
So we can go down here like this. It's a big thing in this game, water, right? Water in general. And if you are gonna play this game, like obviously I'm not gonna spoil a damn thing about this game, because the story is freaking perfect to me.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore. Anybody there? Auron! Hey!
A huge tonal shift already in this game. A huge tonal shift. Guys, I am planning on playing eventually a Final Fantasy game on this channel completely blind. My idea is maybe playing Final Fantasy 9 or Final Fantasy 8 for the first time, or maybe Final Fantasy 6. I've already played Final Fantasy 7, I've already played 12, which is one of my favorite games of all time too. And I figured that it wouldn't be as pleasant to just replay a Final Fantasy game, even though I'd love to do it sometime. But I think that it would be fun at some point to play maybe Final Fantasy 9 on the channel and see what it has to offer for all that it's worth. But for now, I will see you guys very soon. Thank you for indulging me in this for just a little bit. It was pretty exciting for me too, to do this. Like, I love this game dearly, and I hope it came across, because I don't think I can ever talk about this game without expressing the love and admiration I have for everything in this game. Every inch of it, every second of it is just glorious, and I freaking love it to death. To death.